But speaking of healthcare and things like development, there's a concern here in Queensland where a council has rejected a DA, basically a developmental approval extension. So they're putting in a whole bunch of homes targeting the over 50s. So you're looking at people who are going to start having increased health needs as they get older. So it's a semi-retirement community. However, the council said no, they're not going to extend it to allow hospital and retirement facilities to be incorporated in. Queensland Health says, "Oh, we've got a plan to put it in, put one in, a hospital in, but yeah, well, when that's going to happen, no one knows. It's a future indeterminate government promise." So quite logically, the council is being people having to go with the council for not extending planning support for the for a hospital and retirement facility, particularly if with that over 50s development going in. 3 doctor surgeries, so 3 GP clinics, but a 90-minute drive to Bundy or Gladstone. Now, we talked about the other week about the pipeline in regional Australia from towns with no hospitals through to your base hospitals, your regional hospitals, so to your district hospitals, your regionals, your base hospitals, all the way up to the majors and the big cities. And the fact you've got a 90-minute drive, that's a reality. You can't have a hospital everywhere, unfortunately. And so a 90-minute drive, that's part of the risk you take living on the coast in places like this. Yeah, I mean, it would be good if they could have it, but yeah, is there enough to support it? Who knows? I mean, it seems like a good plan, but it'll only be a small hospital by the look of things. If that's a living unit, that's a pretty small hospital. If that's a 5, yeah, that's a pretty small hospital. But look, I mean, they were preliminarily approved and then they got cancelled. But then you've only got a population of 3,000 people, which, okay, yep, holiday periods gets more, but is that worth running around putting a full hospital in? Is that going to be supported? I mean, a town I lived in had 6,000 people, had a hospital. Town I lived in had 2,000 people, also had a hospital, but it was a small thing. That town, though, had a lot of people coming in, tourist traffic. So the permanent population was 2,000 people. The day-to-day population is probably 6 to 8, and also then fed in support from the regional areas, like local areas came in there as well. Town I was born in, sorry, place I lived as a little kid, I wasn't born in that town because it didn't have a hospital, and I'm come to think of it, still doesn't have one. The places after I left high school where my parents moved to had no hospital or doctor. So medical care was you had to drive to the next town, which did have a hospital plus doctors. Just trying to think. Then they moved to a place that had a hospital, and then they moved to a place that doesn't have a hospital. So yeah, regional Australia, still plenty of places even now that you can live that don't have hospitals. So, I mean, 3,000, I don't know. Yep, great to have a hospital. Yeah, if your health services don't meet your needs, yes, you're going to have to move. Sad to say. But that also leads to depopulation of regions too, which makes it even harder to support the need to have hospitals. Um, yeah.